What are you doing with yourself? Why are you the same? Are you tired of getting the same results year after year after year? Bob Proctor, the star of the movie The Secret, says if you want to change, you have to change your paradigms that are controlling you. A paradigm is a bunch of habits. Everything you do is habitual. Your customs, your beliefs, the way you put your clothes on in the morning was taught to you by someone else. Who are you listening to? You want to change your weight, your salary, or your relationships, you first must start with your habits. Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, creator of the Habit Formula, has spent the last few years learning how to have love, health, and wealth. She has the secret sauce to all, and she wants to give it to you for free. Go to thehabitformulabook.com for more information. Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their bad habits. And I know I can help you guys change yours. Today is, I think, a very important and sometimes overlooked topic. It's the good old to-do list. And we're going to jump into 3 reasons why a to-do list is so very important. It will help you keep on track. It will help you meet your goals. It's a very, very important step in the habit formula. If you guys haven't read this yet, you can grab a free copy today. Go to thehabitformulabook.com. That's right, thehabitformulabook.com, and grab yourself a free copy. In chapter 5, which we're going to read a little bit today, it's all about how to structure your to-do list so that you're effective and you actually do the steps that you need to do and focus your attention on to help get you to whatever target you want to do. If it's to change a habit, you want to lose weight, you want to hit your quota at work, you can use the exact same steps both professionally and personally. I use a to-do list every day, and I'm going to show you my to-do list today. We're going to go over some stuff, and I really think it's going to make a big difference if you start implementing it. Of course, nothing I talk about really matters unless you start implementing it and using these strategies. So, when you find something that works, you want to share it with as many people as possible. And this is an easy way for me to help share things that I've discovered work in my life. That's how I make good money. That's how I'm able to invest, take care of my family. And my whole goal in life is looking at the future and looking at my great-great-grandchildren, because I want them set up with the knowledge that I've learned so that maybe they can skip some stuff. They can read my books from Grammy, great Grammy, right? And they'll say, oh my God, she knew what she was talking about. I don't have to experience my life and learn these lessons. I can just read it in a simple book. So pass this on. You got new kids going to college this year. Pass this on. They need to know how to develop good habits as young adults, because you don't want them coming back and living with you because they flunked out of school. It's all about your routines. It's about study routines. It's about hitting whatever targets that they want to hit. Have them download this free book. Go to thehabitformulabook.com and do it. Do it today. So anyway, I was looking at the to-do list, and I remember 2 Fridays ago, I did a special on Ben Franklin. And Ben Franklin was a real regimented guy, man. He was, I believe he was a Puritan, and he was very systematic in everything he did. One thing that he did every single day, didn't matter if it was during the week or on the weekends, is he had a to-do list. He actually planned out his entire day. What I found online from his autobiography was that most of the things he did creative-wise, so he had a newspaper that he owned for a few years or whatever. But then he would do experiments, and he would, study different science, things, and, electricity and all kinds of different things, and he invented a lot of things. All of that concentration and energy went into the morning. He didn't work past noon. He usually spent his creative hours, which he thought was from 9 to noon, on creating and, in his study, and nobody bothered him, right? At his office, his workshop, whatever, and nobody bothered him. That was his time that he could give it his all. But he always wrote down a to-do list, and he followed it every single day. His famous quote was, "If you plan to fail, you fail to plan." And I don't want you guys failing, right? If you do have an area in your life that you're failing at, let's say you're overweight, you've gained 20, 30, 40 pounds, right, over the years. Why? Because you haven't focused your attention on it, your time, your money, your energy on keeping yourself healthy, at a healthy weight, feeling good about yourself, right? You've started stuffing your face with convenient stuff, fast food, stuff with high calories, poor nutrients, that kind of thing. It's all about what you're focusing your attention on. If you do a to-do list, hey, it's real. You've gotten all the ideas sorted in your mind, and you've made a concrete plan that all you have to do is follow. Okay? So I was looking up, reasons, the psychology behind to-do lists, and why people that are successful in life always have them. They're not just flying about and, hey, we're going to create some stuff, but I don't know when, and I don't know what yet, but we're just going to dilly-dally around. Every single person that has, created something tremendous in life that we all use today, people that are making good money, they're wealthy, they're prosperous, they've all used a to-do list. They all focus their attention on certain tasks during the day that they must accomplish if they want to hit a certain goal. So the psychology behind it, I was looking up online, and I found a website. It was called theguardian.com. According to them, everyone struggles getting things done, but some struggle with actually planning it out and figuring out what to do. And this might be a problem for you. I think for me, it's not hard to do. I'm pretty logical with how I do things, but what it does do is it keeps my attention, because I can kind of go off on 50,000 ideas, because I'm the idea girl. My husband calls me that. You're the idea girl. Doesn't mean I'm going to actually implement that idea or, put some force or action into it. But what I do is I'm always coming up with ideas. What the to-do list does for me is it helps me focus and stay on track. I know what my goal is. I need to do certain things during the day to keep me on goal. And when I do that, I always hit the goal. It's amazing how that works, right? So don't just brush off today's video because you're like, she didn't know what she's talking about. I'm telling you, if you do this, it is like magic, and things will start happening and appearing and getting done. You're going to be like, holy crap. You're going to look back on that list and you're going to say, oh my God, look at all this stuff I've done. You're not going to realize it because you're going to be in a totally different place in the future, right? So not only do we struggle with getting stuff done, but we struggle with figuring out what to do. So here are 4 things that kind of will help you reason with the to-do list. 1, it needs to be done. It gives you a plan for the day, right? It helps you to know that, hey, I want to still work on my target, whether it's professionally or personally. It gives me something to do during the day, okay? Number 2, it helps you organize the order. It helps you prioritize what effort do I want to put into each task. You have only 3 types of resources. You have energy or effort, you have money, and you have time. Of your resources, which to-do list tasks do you want to accomplish today, and in what order? If it's not important to do, it's not going to get you towards your goal, then you're probably not going to want to do it, right? If checking your emails in the morning helps you make quota today because they're tied to sales calls and trying to set up appointments with customers, then you know what? You should check your email. But if checking email is just about Bed Bath & Beyond sales and Bath & Body Works coupons and, Dick's Sporting Goods flash sales, then maybe that's not the best thing for you to do during the day. You can do that at night when you get home. You shouldn't be checking email first thing unless it's specifically tied to a sale, to meeting your quota, to helping a customer out. That's the only time you should be checking that. So a to-do list helps you prioritize all the tasks during the day of, is it important? Is it leading me to my goal? Is it something I have to urgently do? Do I have to take care of this today because I have to set up the appointments for next week so I can go make sales? Is there an emergency with a customer that they need service and I got to take care of that first thing? So not only is it important, but it's also urgent. So you have to prioritize those tasks and make sure that you do the important ones and the urgent ones first. All the other stuff can wait until a different time. Number 3, priorities, and that's what we just talked about. Number 4, you actually physically write it down. We have so many things being hit at us during the day that we can't remember everything. I can't remember, what I'm doing in an hour from now or what I did an hour behind me. But if I write down my to-do list in the morning, sometimes people will do it the night before. I can't think and be creative, and at the end of the night, I'm done. I like to start first thing in the morning and really prioritize what I'm going to handle during the day in the morning. But I don't care when you do it. As long as you do it before you start the next morning, you got to get your to-do list and write it physically down. That way, it's a game, right? Your mind's going to say, hey, I have stuff I have to do. I got a list. It's looking at me. It's staring at me. It's a thing now. It's not just a abstract idea in your mind. It's an actual thing. It's a physical piece of paper with some words on it staring at you saying, you got to get this done. What are you waiting for? Hurry up. Stop looking at email. Don't do that. Stop doing that and chatting and blah, blah, blah. We got to get this done, right? That's the whole point of it. It's concrete. It's written down. And during the day, you check it off. Okay? So 3 reasons we're going to get into on why we need to do a to-do list. So if I can't convince you after today with these 3 reasons, then, oh well. I don't know what else I can do to convince you to do a to-do list. Okay? Number 1 reason why is it decreases your anxiety. Most people, they go to work, everything's being hit at them. I know in my office, we see between 50 and 60 people during the day. So not only do I have those people I got to take care of, then we have emergencies coming in that I don't know what's going on. I got to figure it out. I got to figure out, answer questions, put out fires, whatever. Then I also have staff issues, right? Team issues. There's always something going on. Somebody's sick. Somebody's on vacation. Somebody needs has a question about something. There's 3 million things that are hitting me all at once as soon as I walk in the door and throughout the day. When I take the time and write down my to-do list, it's already been thought of. I don't have to do anything more than read my list, and I know how to read. I read my list, and then I start implementing it. I know in between all the chaos that I have some clarity, that I have some structure, and that those are the things that I want to do. So I give them priority in between everything else to hit my goals both professionally and personally. When I get home, I tackle the personal stuff. Okay? So it decreases my anxiety. It almost gives me like a happy home. Okay, I got my little list. Okay, when everything else, I tune it out, and that's what I start to focus on. Number 2, just like what I said before, it gives us structure. Everybody loves structure. Kids love structure. Well, as an adult, you need to know what the priorities are. What should I be focusing my attention, my money, my effort on? As a small business owner, that's a completely different hat you have to wear. And you really, a to-do list and prioritization list is essential for you to run a small business. But let's say, you work for a company, you're a career person, you're an attorney, you're a salesperson. Prioritizing your day, knowing how you're making money, how you're servicing clients is a must. How are you going to structure your day if you're running around and you don't even know what's going on? You don't know who you're supposed to be talking to, and a to-do list helps you organize your day, A, so you get everything done, but B, it can keep you moving towards your quota, towards your target, towards your sales hits, right? You want X amount of customers, you got to make X amount of calls. How do I know that unless I physically keep track of that? I can't think about it all the time. My kid's sick. I got to think about who's picking him up from school and who's going to watch him because he's sick, or whatever. I need to be able to have something concrete that I can just kind of, without thinking, just follow it, right? You've already planned it before. You've already put your effort and energy into it. Now's the time to just carry out the plan. The final thing is, number 3, it's proof. Keep your to-do list. Make it into a journal. Make it into a big booklet, okay? It's proof of what you've done. So let's say you have a monthly quota of X amount of sales. Let's just say 100 sales, okay? You have your to-do list, and I'm going to help you in a minute here of actually structuring. How do you structure a to-do list? I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. It's going to be very easy and very, very efficient. What you'll do is, let's say by the end of the month, so you've kept track, you've done your to-do list, you've kept track of everything, but let's say you've only done 80 sales and you needed to have 100. You can go back through your to-do list of the activities that you planned and that you actually carried out and see where there's the gap. Then for next month, you're basically going to do things differently to fill in that gap. So let's say you wanted to see 10 people a day, and you really need to see 15 people a day to meet your goal, okay? Until you start doing this, you're not going to know how to restructure things, but you have proof. It's a concrete, everything's written. You can go back and retrace your steps and change things. So you don't have to say, blindly in a year from now, well, I didn't meet my goal for the year. You can kind of nip things in the bud. Maybe you do it weekly and really look at it. Friday, how did I do for the week? Did I hit my goal? If I hit it during the week, then I know during the month that I'm going to hit it, right? And then if that hits it, then I know during the year I'm going to hit it. So a physical to-do list really does help give you proof and a way to correct things, to correct your actions, where you're focusing your attention on. Maybe you have to do more follow-up or do something different in your line of work, in your industry, that can give you better results. This is an easy way to track of what actions and results you're getting. If you do A, you get B. But maybe you need to do A plus B and get C, because C is really what you want. Your physical to-do list is going to help. So if you get a copy of my book, and you should, it's free, habitformulabook.com, in page 95, which is assignment 5, it's the 5th chapter. It's on choices. That's what I called it. It sounded better than activities, right? Okay, and I already had an A for awareness in there, so I called it choices. It's really, what choice of activities or tasks are you going to tackle today? Okay, and you got to look at 3 things. That's all I want you to accomplish at first. Okay. Now, I know during the work week when I'm here with patients, I can only tackle 2 to 3 things major towards my professional goal a day, okay? Usually I'll tackle 3 things easily at night on my personal goal. On Mondays and Fridays when I'm not with patients, I usually have a to-do list of between 6 and 10 major things where I know I filled up my day. I'm going to just keep working on those things until I've checked all of them off, or, if there's whatever's left over, then I work on it the next day, add more things to it, and that fills my day up. People ask me all the time, how do you run a practice? I've already written the 4th book. This is the 3rd book. The 4th book's already written and edited. I'm working on my audiobook. That just needs edited, and then I have to finish my website for it, which is almost done too. How do you accomplish all this stuff? And see patients, and be a wife, and be a mom? You got to have a physical to-do list. I got to prioritize and structure every day. When I do that, I can get everything done. People waste a lot of time doing stupid crap, doing busy. Well, I'm busy. Well, what were you busy doing? Most of the time, they don't even know. It's the same thing with money. If you're not focused on how you're spending your money, why am I always broke? I don't even know what I spent it on, because you weren't paying attention to it. The same thing with your day. This is really, a to-do list really has to do with time. How are you spending your time? Most of us can get more done during the day if we actually physically have some structure to our day and have thought about it prior to the day, wrote it down, and then we just follow the plan. You're not going to build a house without a blueprint, right? This is our life blueprint, is a to-do list. So in chapter 5, I talk about you either do some type of habit you want to change, okay? Or you set a goal for, let's say a sales quota target, okay? Or let's say you want to make X amount commission, or personally, you want to lose weight. You want to be more organized. You want to clean up the house. You want to, I know for me, and I'll talk about what my goals are, you want to lose weight. You want to, do whatever. You want a loving relationship. Whatever you want to do, you got to pick one thing professional and just one thing personal, and work your to-do list, get your structure down, and get your plan going, and just work on that until you accomplish it, or until you know that you can handle it and you can move on to the next goal, right? Only choose one. That is a key component too to decreasing anxiety. You can't do 50,000 things, because you'll never get 50,000 things done. We're just going to start with 3, okay? So if you upgrade your order in the workbook, which is right here, in the workbook, same thing. I actually give you a week's worth, and you can print it out and just redo it, a week's worth of to-do lists. And all you have to do, it just guides you. All you have to do is fill it in, right? So what I did was I took that and I actually made myself a 180-day plan. And I just got this a couple days ago because I'm like, I've been putting it on a scratchy note and then throwing away. Well, what I realized was I needed proof. What exactly have I accomplished? Am I on my target? Because I never really put a time frame on it. This huge book is going to help me do that. And I'm going to get this available for you guys. Anybody that upgrades, you'll be able to download this and print it. It cost me at FedEx, it was like, I don't know, $35 or so. But it gives you 6 months worth of pages. And that's your proof that you've done stuff. So what I have here is date, professional goal or habit that you want to work on, and remember, you just choose one, and you get 3 activities for the day, okay? So your list, you choose professional, and you have 3 tasks, okay? And then you have personal. And same thing here. 3 tasks. Okay? Now, there's a couple other questions in there. How do you feel? How will you feel if you achieve this goal? This gives you your why. If there's not motivation there, you're never going to do the task that you need to accomplish the goal. How do you feel if you achieve your goal? And another question is, why do you want to hit your goal? So you have to know what the motivation behind this goal is, and that's going to be the fuel for you hitting your goal. At the end of each day, I ask myself a simple question. Did I accomplish these 3 daily tasks? Yes, I keep going. Or no, why not? Is it because I ran out of time? Is it because it got more complicated? Is it because I wasn't focused on getting it done? You got to realize what you're doing and pay attention to that, right? So, here's an example. So here's my goal for today. My professional goal is to help 10 million people with their lives, habits, and their mouths, of course, because I'm a dentist, right? I can do this by speaking, by doing products, and doing radio and podcast interviews, right? My 3 choices, or my 3 activities for today is I had to work on QuickBooks for my business, right? And I already did that. I already accomplished it. My lunchtime with the Habit Master Show, which I'm doing right now, so I can check that one off. I'm checking that thing off right now. And the third thing was I just made 8 videos on Monday for my YouTube channel, and I need to edit them, and I think I need to edit like 5 more. So I already started with 1 today before I was on here, so I can pretty much check that one off too. What would it feel like if I achieved my goal? I said I would feel like I made a contribution in the world. That's what I really want to do, is make a contribution that my family can look on and learn from, so that they don't have to make the same mistakes and waste time like I did. Why do I want to hit this goal? Is because I wasted a lot of time getting to this point, and I don't want others to waste time too. And that's what my goal is for putting out this kind of information, for taking my time to, research all this stuff for you guys. And I think it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool to interact with everybody, and the comments that I'm getting, and it's fun. I love it. And people are learning stuff. They're doing better with themselves, and that's what the whole point is. So it makes me feel better. So my personal goal is I want to have a little bit stronger muscle tone, and so I need to eat my keto, which I already did for lunch. I need to sleep a little bit better, so I put here sleep before 11 so I can be fully rested. And I need to do 10 reps of 5 exercises, and it doesn't matter what it is. I just need to do 10, and I know that it will keep me toned. And especially doing keto, it's really easy to keep the weight off and be toned. How would I feel if I accomplish this goal? I'll feel strong and healthy so I can carry on my professional mission. Okay, which is helping as many people as possible on this planet of 7.5 billion people. Why do I want to hit this goal? If my body's healthy and strong, I know I can work on my mind and keep that healthy and strong too. So at the end of the day, did I accomplish it? Well, it's not at the end of the day yet, but so far I'm on track. So that's what this thing is. It helps you keep yourself on track. And I know yesterday, I put QuickBooks down yesterday, and I never got to it because I was busy yesterday. We had patients coming out of the woodwork. Okay, so I didn't do it. Why? And I wrote it down because I can work on QuickBooks tomorrow. I was busy with patients and doing the other videos. I will have time tomorrow, and I already did it today. So I know that's still keeping me on track. So even though I didn't do it yesterday, I knew today I had to get to it, and that was the priority. That was number 1 task. I did it this morning, and it's done. My accountant's happy with me, and I'm happy that I got it done. So a to-do list really is an important plan to help you structure your day and to keep you on track so that you can hit your goals. And that's what this show is all about, is creating good habits. Do things differently. Be more organized, be more structured, and you can hit your target if you focus your attention on what you're supposed to do. So let's go over the 3 reasons why a to-do list is very important, and we'll wrap this show up. Number 1, it decreases anxiety. Every day we're thrown with so many different things. People trying to get our attention, trying to get our money, trying to get our energy, right? When you have a physical to-do list, it gives you something to focus on, to keep your attention, and to know that you don't have to think about the plan. You can hit your target goal, both professionally and personally, if you have a plan. You're not going to build a house if you don't have blueprints first. You need to know what supplies you need, and then you actually need to know how to put it together. That's what your to-do list does every day, working towards your goal. Pick one goal that you want to hit, both professionally and personally, and move your to-do list towards that plan, because there really are different steps. That's all it is. It's step 1, I got to do this today. Step 2, I got to do this today. Step 25, I've hit my goal. Right? Some goals, it's going to take you longer than others. It's going to take me a while to, build up my muscles again. I'm okay with that. I don't really have a time frame for that. When I feel good and I feel, fine about the way my muscle tone is, then I'll move on to something else, right? Helping 10 million people, that's going to take me a while too. But I'm having a blast doing it. I'd like to write 20 books all together, right? So I have some work to do, and I'm enjoying doing it. So that's what it is. It's about the process. And this to-do list, this physical to-do list, is a very important part of that process. Number 2 is it gives you structure. You know exactly what you're supposed to be focusing on if you want to hit your goal. You want more money? Well, there's certain things you have to do to get more money. If you don't know what the heck you're doing, you're never going to get there. You're never going to change. If you want to lose weight, but you just want to sit on the couch, that's not going to lose weight. You're actually going to gain weight. You have to spend more energy and decrease the intake of calories in order for you to accomplish that. The third one is your physical to-do list is your proof. You can look back on what you've accomplished. Did you hit your target? If you're short, you can look back at the previous actions that you took and tweak them. I didn't do enough. I did the wrong ones. I didn't do it at the right timing. Whatever it is, you can build on that and actually learn from your mistakes. It's proof. You have it all written down. You don't have to remember, well, what was I doing here? And I can't figure it out. You have the proof. It's all here. So look, in the next couple of weeks, I'll kind of maybe do another show on it. I'm going to work on having this available for you guys so that you can download it and print it, and I'll make it cheap for you guys. It won't be any big deal. But start using it. Start using, if you upgrade to the Habit Formula premium course, I have a generic one already in there. All you got to do is print out a page every day, and you can staple it together, or you can, coil it like I did at FedEx. So, I hope this helped you guys today. Physical to-do list, that's how I get everything accomplished. My dreams are so coming true, and I know it's because I'm accomplishing so many things, keeping my attention on my target. And when you do that, anything is possible. Okay? So remember, you can catch us on iTunes or Spotify. Look for the Lunchtime with the Habit Master shows. I also upload them to YouTube, and I have other videos on YouTube that I don't really show anywhere else. So we talk about mindset, action, and planning, which we just talked a little bit about today, on how to change your habits, how to hit the targets and goals that you've always wanted to hit, and live the life that you think you deserve and that you definitely want to live. So that's it for me today. I want to make sure that we build good habits together, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.